Today, we are talking about the parentification of Logan Brown. I've made videos about the parentification of the older Brown kids in the past. I think it's wrong. I pretty much subscribe to the same philosophy that content creators like Fundie Fridays put out that says, don't intentionally have more kids than you can handle. Like, don't make your kids raise their siblings. Kody's nephew, Ben, for sure feels the same way I do, and he gets really fired up reacting to the season 1 honeymoon special. I have never seen Ben get so worked up, and he talks about a lot of messed up stuff that he has been through. In the honeymoon special, the OG3 are praising how mature Logan is and how thankful they are to have him around in Kody's absence, and this really triggers Ben. We have a lot to talk about. Let's get into today's video. Hey everyone, what's up? It's Sarah and welcome back to my channel. Before we hop into today's topic, let's hear from today's video sponsor. I am so excited to be partnering again with Neurax. Neurax is a digital healthcare platform that makes it easy to get the expert healthcare you deserve at every step of your journey. Now that I am nearing the upper end of my 30s, my hormones are out of whack and my skin needs help, and it's more than what over-the-counter products can provide. What's great about Neurax is that it is a medication plan customized for your skin. You will get prescription medications picked for you, and you will get expert support from a real medical provider. You will work with your medical provider to adjust your medication until you are happy. Neurax offers more than 50 clinically proven, dermatologist-trusted treatments for acne, anti-aging, and melasma that work faster and are more effective than over-the-counter products. Thank you to Neurax for sponsoring this video. Taking control of your health starts here. Go to neurax.com/realitysquad to get started or click the link in the description. That's NURX.com/realitysquad. Results may vary. It's not offered in every state. Medications prescribed only if clinically appropriate, and a consultation is required. Ben is continuing to react to Sister Wives, and now he's doing live watch-alongs for some episodes, which is along the same lines of what Mykelti and Tony are doing over on their Patreon. Ben is very reactive to the show, and he gives a lot of commentary while doing these watch-alongs. At one point, Ben is talking about the disparity of honeymoons that the wives got, acknowledging that TLC likely paid for the honeymoon that Robin got, with evidence to back that up, such as Ben pointing out Kody admitting during this special that he had never even bought Robin flowers, leading Ben to also point out that Kody really isn't that good of a husband to Robin either. I think Ben's right. He's just the least shitty to Robin. He's not winning Husband of the Year. If you guys remember in the wedding special, while Kody and Robin are off to San Diego for 11 days, the OG3 decide to take all the kids for a picnic in the mountains. Logan is clearly in charge during this excursion, and Mary, Janelle, and Christine during their couch interview just laud heaps of praise on just how adult they treat their oldest children, none of whom are actually adults at the time. This pisses Ben off, just like it pissed the rest of us off. Here's that clip, and I've interspersed his commentary, so check it out.
So usually Kody does the barbecue when we go places like this, but since he's off on his honeymoon with Robin, Logan stepped in and took care of things.
Oh, awesome, great. So we're gonna parentify Logan. We're gonna turn Logan into the dad because he's 14, and obviously he can handle that. So, hey Logan, is it cool with you if I go for 11 days with my new wife and you just like be a dad to my to my 15 other kids? Are you cool with that? Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you. You're crushing it.
Hey, girls, listen. That's not a bun. You get a plate, put your bun on, put you what you want.
Logan has really stepped up being the oldest child. I mean, he really takes control and takes charge.
He shouldn't have to. He's a child. God, that really makes me mad.
Especially since Kody's not around right now. It's really nice that we've got Logan to step in. We've got an almost adult male, and that's how we treat him as well.
He's not an adult. 14 is not, and 14 is just barely an adolescent.
We treat our children very much as young adults, as we also try to balance that with enough of them going out and hanging out with their friends. You can't expect them to be completely adult. Right. They're teenagers.
Oh, ooh, that hurt. That like hurts because that happened to me too, and that's fucking bullshit. Children are not, the only time that children are supposed to be parents is if they made a baby. So if Logan went off and like made a baby with someone at 14, then Logan gets to be dad. Otherwise, Logan shouldn't be dad because he's not a dad. He's a kid. Saying the quiet part out loud. That's what happens in big families. Older children become parents because the parents are too worn out to take care of the kids because taking care of kids is exhausting, which is why you shouldn't have dozens of children.
Take us to church, Ben, because we are listening to what you are preaching. All of this is so right on. The wives are all worn out from producing and supporting all of these kids. Janelle works like 1,000,000 hours a week. Christina is watching all of the kids at different times. Most of the oldest kids are only mere months apart, meaning Christina and Janelle were just firing kids out back to back for like 5 or more years. That sounds like straight up not a good time to me. Child rearing in these large fundie families for sure falls to the women. It often falls to the oldest kids, but it rarely falls to the man. I think Jim Bob Duggar and Kody Brown can count on one hand how many diapers they've changed between them, and together they have sired 37 kids. Well, I guess technically Kody has only sired 15 because he adopted 3, but you get my drift. If you're Christine and you're in charge of watching both your kids and Janelle's kids, and sometimes Mary's kid, and you can't rely on Kody for any help, then I get why you would have to ask Aspen to help you out. That's literally way too much of a task for one person to take on. And if you're Janelle and you're worried about financing all these kids, so you work long hours, which isn't ideal, but it's what you gotta do. And again, Kody's useless for help, then I get you reaching out to Logan. It doesn't make it right, but I get it. Sometimes I get comments when I talk about the parentification of the oldest kids. People will say things like, older siblings helping out younger siblings isn't weird. And for those that say that, you're totally right to an extent. Say you're 17 and you're helping your mom by taking your younger sibling to school, or maybe you're running an errand for her because you just got your license. That is totally typical and appropriate help to give your parent as an older sibling. But if you are attending father-daughter dances like Logan did for Gwen, that is not appropriate for an older brother to do when the dad is alive and in the picture. In this case, it's just that the younger kids preferred Logan's parenting. They wanted his representation at the father-daughter dance. That is parentification. Doing a load of laundry for the household is helpful and appropriate. Maybe running a load of dishes after a meal. Chores are appropriate. But Logan's morning routine that we saw in season 1, episode 1 of being responsible to wake up, feed, and get all of his younger siblings off to school is beyond what is appropriate, in my opinion. I think Logan is like 15 in the first season, and I agree with Ben. The only time a 15-year-old should have the responsibility of a parent should be if they make a baby. In which case, I invite you to watch Unexpected on TLC, in which you will see why teenage parenthood is generally a terrible idea and not advisable. Logan and Aspen are well regarded amongst viewers as being wise beyond their years, but that's not because they're precocious. It's because it was a literal survival tactic they needed to acquire very early on. Do you guys remember that story from a few years ago? Those really young kids who survived like a month or more in the Amazon, and it was discovered that the oldest sibling, who was like, I don't know, like 13 or something, kept all of her siblings alive, including a baby. Of course, I'm probably getting some of those details wrong, but the gist is that young kids survived in the Amazon after surviving a plane crash, thanks to the heroism of a teenager. That's what it's like growing up in fundie families. The youngest Brown children would have likely gotten lost in the shuffle if it wasn't for Aspen and Logan, because there was so much going on And of course, no one could rely on Kody. From what I'm seeing, this topic of parentification for the kids who have grown up in fundie families is a particularly triggering topic. We see it discussed on Welcome to Plathville. We've seen it discussed with the Duggar kids. I was not parentified, so while I sympathize that that is a shitty thing to put a kid through, I don't exactly know what that feels like. Ben knows what this feels like, and his reaction is visceral. Ben leaves no question for the viewers that he feels like this is a messed up way to raise kids. It happened to him, and he certainly does not enjoy watching it play out with his cousin, Logan. As always, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel. Be sure to check out my second channel, Sarah Spills. A link for that will be in the description of this video. Follow me on Instagram, Threads, and X at Reality Squad, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Take care. Have a good one. Much love.